American Revolution.
Hello, Eastern Kentucky. Friday night, our Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week takes us to Letcher Central as the Cougars will host their hated rival, the Harlan County Black Bears. The Bears are 4-1, while the Cougars are struggling a bit at 1-4. But Coach Mike Whitaker says if Letcher can just control the battle up front, the Cougars could come away with the win.
Well, they actually have several different people that are able to rush the football, including their quarterback. But they can throw a lot of weapons at you, and it goes back to their guys up front. They're good on the offensive and defensive line, and we've got to match their intensity and play as hard as they do.
Now to hear more from the coach, Mike Whitaker, tune into the Double Quick Prep Zone tonight from 7:30 to 8. Derek Forrest and Jeff Archer will have that. Plus, we'll have the Friends of the Coal Bowl live for you on Friday night beginning at 7:30 right here on WYMT and WYMTnews.com. Go to the college game now, and if there's one thing that you can say about Joker Phillips, it's that he's not afraid to tell you what's on his mind. And Coach Phillips is not at all pleased with today's practice, saying Saturday's game against the Rebels could be ugly. Cats quarterback Mike Hartline and company see things a little bit differently. They say practice could have been better, but they're still very optimistic about getting a win on Saturday.
You can't have days like that, even when coach thinks you do and players think you don't. I mean, it's all about us being a team unified decision. And he said we didn't practice well, but I feel like we got some good things done here, and we're going to be able to improve on them come tomorrow and come Saturday.
I don't think practice was that bad. We might have had a few drop passes. We did have some mess ups, but I don't think it's like we preparing to get beat. I don't think it's that. We human. We mess up. They think Thursday is supposed to be a mental practice. It's supposed to be don't supposed to have mistakes, but you're gonna have mistakes. I mean, that's practice where you're supposed to make them at in practice.
You can see if the Wildcats get it going on Saturday against the Rebels right here on WYMT this Saturday. Coverage begins at noon. Kickoff is set for 12:21. This will be the 41st meeting all-time between the two schools, with Ole Miss leading this series 26-13-1. There's a tie in there. And the University of Cumberland's and Union College will renew their rivalry this weekend when they battle for the Brass Lantern. Mike Silverman has more.
A rivalry that dates back to 1905. Bragging rights on the line each and every year. The University of the Cumberlands and Union College will square off this Saturday in a battle for the Brass Lantern. It is a game that the players learned from day one has an extra special meaning.
My freshman year, first time, went to the game and seen the atmosphere, all the crowd, all our crowd, their crowd all together, the noise. That's when I knew that it was for real. I knew that it was a real rivalry.
At the first day I got here, and the seniors, when I was a freshman, started talking about winning the Brass Lantern. My freshman year was actually the year that we won it back from them, so it was from day one. That's all they talked about.
Patriots won back the Brass Lantern in 2006 and haven't let go of it since. But Patriot head coach John Bland knows that what happened in the past has no relevance on this year's game.
This rivalry is just not only is built, but it's getting stronger and stronger every year. It's very tough, though, from the get-go. Every year I've been here, it's been a tight game. It's been very competitive. And most of all, it's been very hard-hitting.
Both teams enter this year's game with 2-2 records respectively. But Union head coach Tommy Reed knows to get his team to the top of the conference, they're going to have to go through the University of the Cumberlands.
The fact this is a rivalry game, that obviously, makes it exciting, not only for the kids on both sides, but the coaches and the fans as well.
While the University of the Cumberlands has held the upper hand in this series, you can throw the records out the window when these two teams play. The average score differential in the last 3 years has been just 8 points, making it even more crucial to limit the mistakes. In Barberville, Mike Silverman, WYMT Mountain Sports.
All right, and joining us for sports today is Peter O'Connor. If you're a little confused, well, you should be, because Peter did news here. He was a news reporter here from 2007 to 2009. But in your new job, which you've done since you left here, you focus more on sports, right?
Yeah, doing a little bit of that. I'm also doing news as well, but want to segue into sports full-time. But still doing the news there, so I'm getting both sides of things.
And you mainly do the videography side of things up at WLKY in Louisville. Work with my cousin.
I know, Keith Farmer. We do it every Sunday night. Me and Keith do the show and put it together. He does most of the work, of course, but I help out when I can and do stories, and done stories on UK and everything else up there.
And
so
we're
it's been
hoping to get Keith back down here too, but we appreciate you coming down
no
and doing
problem.
this.
I wouldn't miss this for the world. You know that.
I know. Peter, thank you. We'll be right
All
back.
right. Thanks, buddy.